And we are live, SoManyShows.com. No mercy!
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy!
No mercy! Cobra Kai podcast, except this time it's a vidcast. Who knew? Trying something a little bit different. We are going to discuss episodes 7 and 8 of Cobra Kai on YouTube Red. I am Jay, Sensei Jay. No mercy. Who are you people? Come on, say something. Anything.
I'm Student Mike. Oh,
yes.
How are you, Wise Sensei? Oh.
Very good. Quiet! Okay, go ahead. Pete, who the hell are you with your things?
I'm Pete. What's going on, everybody?
Oh, God. This is why you can't do podcasts or vidcasts with Pete, because he's crazy, punching the camera and whatnot. Oh, wait. Kick the competition. Yeah, Daniel's son.
You could have been a body double for Daniel LaRusso in his commercials.
He chops the competition.
Pause. Bring in McClellan. Bring in Jay. We need the body double.
Oh, God, help me, please. All right. Episode 7 and 8. We'll do a quick rundown of the episode. We'll talk about what we thought was pivotal in it. We will rate the episode from 1 karate chop to 10. And whatever the heck else we want to talk about, because it's Cobra Kai and it's freaking awesome. So let's talk about episode 7, All Valley. Just some stuff to throw out there that we saw in here. You can tell me if I miss anything. Wax on, wax off, wash the windows. We see Robbie is learning from LaRusso. God only knows why. And then we also see him practice that stuff later in Daniel's dojo, and it's working. Some other things we see from Robbie. He is on a lunch break somewhere where his friends come to see him, and they want to jack up LaRusso's, and they basically threaten him if he doesn't go along with it. Not cool. Not cool. Cobra Kai finds out, unfortunately, lifetime ban at the All Valley tournament. What? All because of one tournament 30 years ago? What the heck? Miguel takes Sam out on a date that's not a date, but is a date. And interesting enough, pretty sure that was the same music from back in the day when
very familiar. It was definitely the same place.
It was the same place, the golf and stuff or whatever. But wasn't that the same music that was playing in that scene when Daniel and Allie were there? I'm pretty sure.
I'd have to check. It was very reminiscent.
I'm pretty sure. We also see Johnny go to the tournament commission to try to get the ban lifted. And lo and behold, guess who is a member of this committee? Our good friend Daniel LaRusso. Johnny does somehow get the ban lifted. He actually held his temper. Proud of you, Team Johnny.
He took Miguel's advice, right? Instead of punching someone in the face, closing your fist and just thinking about punching someone in the face.
Probably.
Which for a lot of our listeners, especially, good advice.
Right. If Johnny can do it, anybody can do it.
For sure.
And then something redeeming about Robbie for once in his entire life.
Lies.
That we've seen.
Found the lies.
He doesn't go through with that whole let's rip off LaRusso thing. He actually kicks the crap out of his friends. And so maybe he redeems himself a little bit. I don't know. Anything that I missed, anything that was glaring that I should have thrown in that very super quick recap?
Not in the super quick recap, but there's definitely some things that we want to flesh out, though. Or at least I do anyway. There are some great Johnny and Miguel beats in this episode.
100% agree. All right, well then why don't you start it off? Let's talk about some of those pivotal moments for you in the show.
Pete, you can go first. I feel like I always talk first.
All right. I felt like the first thing I noticed when we did the LaRusso wax on, wax off, the first thing that came to my head was Mr. Miyagi wasn't paying Daniel back in the day when they were doing it, but LaRusso's paying Robbie to do this. So it's not the worst karate training in the world where they pay you to train. The dojo is free. Right. It's like, I'd rather join Miyagi, you know? Like,
I did like Robbie's reaction though, because it mirrors exactly Daniel's reaction in the movie of like, dude, this is fucking, what are you doing? Like, I'm not your wash boy. Like, this is not cool. I'm not going to go do your other lot. I actually like that. And Daniel loved it. Like, that was actually a really good Ralph Macchio moment. He's like, I love this part. It's my favorite part. You know?
Yeah.
He's like aware
I
that
agree.
he's in a movie. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, he had a good episode. I also thought Mr. Miyagi's Little Trees. Remember they talked about that was his side business in the past, that he had tried to start a business that was Mr. Miyagi's Little Trees.
Yep.
I was like, that's got to be great. I want to see a flashback of that. And Miguel and Sam, I was very happy to see those two get together. I'm all about them getting together and progressing through the rest of the series and being the power couple of the show. And at the end of the episode, what I did notice is, for the first time, it felt like Miguel had the best moment of the season and Johnny had his best moment of the season, and everything's coming together. But in my experience from watching all these TV shows is that when everything is good and everything looks great and you're so hyped up, it's going to go down and crash real bad, real hard, real soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's only 3 episodes left, so what's going to happen?
They're going to shit the bed hard. Yep, for sure. I agree with you. I think you picked out a lot of good beats. I like that Miguel and Johnny are both using the way of the fist to get them through these trials that they're going through. You know, Miguel is don't take no for an answer, getting, you know, Sam to go out on a date. Whatever you have to do. Maybe it's not a date. Maybe we're just in the same place at the same time having a good time together, kind of thing, you know. Which she appreciates, because they're all about the hashtag nerd love, which I'm all about the nerd love, you know, so I like them together. And Johnny has to be told by his student, you know, we don't take no for an answer. And Johnny's like, but this is real life. You're talking about, you know, trying to get a kiss from a girl. I'm talking about real life things here. And Miguel's not accepting that. He's like, no, we don't take no for an answer. Get your shit together. Go down there and do what you got to do. He's like, yeah, beat them up. He's like, no violence.
Yeah.
You know, just close that fist. Don't actually hit anyone. You know, try and find a nonviolent way to do. And he does. Yeah. And the episode then closes when they come back to the dojo, because it's both their homes now. And he's like, who's the man? And he's like, I'm the man. Are you the man? And they're so happy.
Yeah.
His the I'm the man, but are you the man? And it's just pure joy. I love these two together. I think you're getting the fulfillment that you had guessed from the first episode, that these two would be learning from each other. Yeah. That really shown in this episode, I think, maybe more than any other. I mean, we've seen Miguel talk him off of a ledge, especially about his students. Like, you wanted, you know, like a full dojo, and now you have one. Don't chase them all away. But tonight was very much like, almost like equals. Like, they're helping each other out moving forward. You know, a very rising tides lifts all boats kind of thing. And they're using the way of the fist to do it. Don't take no for an answer.
No mercy.
It was non-dojo moments, like Mike was just saying, where Miguel was on a date, Johnny was doing something corporate or business-like, so it wasn't a sensei-student type of deal, and that's why they were able to celebrate it as equals. So good point.
If Johnny's dojo master goes in front of that panel, you know he's going to take a very aggressive, we're Cobra Kai, we are the best, we deserve this, this is what we deserve.
You're right.
You know, Johnny realizes his misfit of violent toys that he has, you know, and he uses that, and I don't think he uses it in a manipulative way. I think he uses it correctly. He's like, I've got kids who are getting the shit kicked out of them, and I'm changing their life. This is what the martial arts are about. I'm giving discipline and self-confidence. These are victims no longer. This is not your grandfather's Cobra Kai dojo. Right. And that works for everyone. And I think Daniel comes off really petty. His entire position during the All Valley resolution board meeting, he comes off like a real dick. This is like his second biggest dick moment after raising the rents from the earlier episode. Yeah. And even his panelists are like, dude, what's your deal? Yeah. You know, the guy Daryl, he's like, that's a badass name for a dojo. Like, it's all about Cobra Kai. Yeah, right. You know, and Johnny says it. He says, that's a badass name for a dojo. And Johnny gives him like a little fist pump. Yeah, you know, like that little fist pump. I loved it. It's such a good moment. That had to be the best scene probably to film. It seemed like it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so, that was good. That was good. You know, you're seeing like actual emotional maturity from Johnny, which I like.
Oh yeah. But tell me during that part, were you not, you know, when Daniel walks out of the room and, you know, like, congratulations, and he's storming off in his little pouty little biznitch right now. Were you not like, yes? I mean,
100%. 100%. If I'm Johnny, when Daniel turns back, I'm like, fuck yeah! You know, like 100%. Because I was doing it to the TV. Last episode, I was making a raid. I was like, yeah, Miguel, get it, kid! And then this flipping people off, so I loved it.
Oh,
I talk to my TV a lot. I'm very lonely, as it turns out. If it wasn't for my TV, I would have no one to talk to.
Oh,
anyway.
man. Oh, no, I'm with you 100%. I think that was really the pivotal moment. I think that sets us up for, obviously, the next All-Valley tournament. I think it also showed us that Johnny is growing up. He is, I don't want to say changing, but I think he's learning too along the way, which is, what we want from our favorite characters or whatever.
Which is not easy to do.
No.
It's not easy to do. For anyone, especially for someone built like Johnny, raised as he was and instilled as he was. I mean, Daniel's not really changing.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
Other than Hawk, I think Johnny's probably the one who's maybe changes the most in the course of the show.
The one thing that I do want to say about Daniel, though, because I feel like in these couple of podcasts and stuff that we've done, I have not said very many positive things. I am happy and I'm pleased to see him still teaching the Miyagi way.
Yes.
Wax on, wax off, up, because obviously we can't have Miyagi in this show, which is a darn shame because that would have been really awesome too. But I like that he's sticking with those lessons, with those things that trained him, that turned him into somebody that could do this karate thing. So I am happy to see that. I'm happy he's not trying to, do his own thing and somehow teach a new way. He is making him wax those damn cars. And, we saw him like, the whole lot, right? Not this half, like the whole thing.
Right.
So I give him a lot of credit for that because I do think he's been kind of jerky. But I like that he's sticking to those things that were good lessons, that did work, that did teach. And not just the karate, but the discipline too. So that I'm happy to see that. I think that's another, at least for me, pivotal part of this, that maybe he's not all such a jerk, that he did really learn something under Miyagi and he's continuing that with somebody else. I don't know.
And if Pete doesn't have it, I want to add on to that too, because I think at the end of the episode where Robbie's like calling bullshit on him, and he's like, all right, come in. And then he calls him out, show me wax, wax car, show me paint the fence or whatever his version is, or, mop the floor.
Wash the windows, yeah.
Wash the windows. And a lot of martial arts are about, blocking and then striking. That's how it works. Someone's attacking you, you block their strike, and then you strike yourself. And you see that, and then Robbie takes that step back, and he has a very matrixy kind of whoa. And because he doesn't realize. It's an interesting thing, and unless you're really paying attention, if you're a nerd about martial arts, go back to the episode where Johnny is firing the tennis balls or the baseballs at Miguel. And at the end of that training montage, that's Miguel's training montage, because there's a lot of mirroring that goes on.
Right.
We see Johnny do it with Miguel, and then the next episode, we typically have been seeing Daniel go through the same version with Robbie. Johnny begins firing punches and strikes at Miguel. And Miguel, if you look at their combination of strikes and blocks, it's very similar. It's just an interesting, and it struck me only more of a, I think, kind of honest to the martial arts kind of way of there's different ways to teach it, but the result is the same. You've developed discipline and muscle memory. And you look at Miguel and Robbie, and they're very much mirrors of each other. They're muscle memorying their blocks and strikes without realizing it, because of one was firing baseballs at you for 3 months, and the other one's making you do manual labor at his car dealership. But the discipline and the muscle memory is there. And I thought that was a very interesting and very true to life way of, that's how we learn. Whatever your teacher's way is, it's going to become your way. If Robbie was to go down the road and teach someone Miyagi-Do karate, he's going to teach him, I hope you know some cars, because you're going to be waxing shit, but you're going to be washing windows. Like, that's just what we do. That's how I do it, and I really, the mirror and the reflection of both of those training regimens really struck me. So I actually was really impressed. I think that's just good filmmaking. I think it's good storytelling. So.
All right. I like it. Let's rate the episode. 1 karate chop to 10. 1 being not so great, 10 being amazing. How many karate chops are you giving this episode?
I just gave 6 a 9.25, and I like this one a little bit better. So I'm going to give it a 9.375 with a remainder of 2.
A remainder.
Yes, please don't quiz me on that when we do 8 in a second.
Do they still teach remainders in current education with Common Core math? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's been a while since I had Common Core math.
Yeah. I'm gonna clean some windows on some bitches though if they don't. So that's gonna
9.375 with a remainder of 2. God help us all. All right, Pete, what do you got?
All right. I thought it was a way better episode than last episode.
Yeah, you kind of shit all over last episode.
I'm a tough critic. I'm a tough sell. But here's my problem. When I was finishing up this episode, I found myself in a problem situation where I normally like to know where a show's going to be going. Now, we're done with episode 7. So what do we have left? 8, 9, and 10?
That's how counting works. Yep.
I can count then. And what happens is I don't know who's going to be the main feud. I don't know if there's even going to be a feud. Like I'm thinking from the beginning of the series that it's Karate Kid, so it's going to be, LaRusso versus Lawrence. But now, he just got approved for the All Valley. So now who's he going to fight in the All Valley? There's no opposing threat to come in. So because of that, and because I'm still so clueless, and they haven't finished the structure for me yet, it's going to get another 7. Great episode, but I need to have a little bit more information to give us room with the last few episodes to build that feud up bigger. So it's got to come sooner than later. And if there even is a feud, what if this isn't a show that's going to end with a big feud or a big fight, or what if it's just all about character build at this point? So it gets a 7.
God, dude, you're like brutal.
I'm like the critic from TV. It stinks.
Oh man,
but I like it.
I thought this was a good episode. I don't think there was anything that really was glaring to me that I needed to deduct a ton of points. But I'm going to say I liked it a little bit less than the previous episode. And because Mike decided to go with remainders, I feel like I need to up my number game.
That's it. Get that shit going.
My rating from 1 karate chop to 10 is actually 010011100110101011100111001100101010101, and that is the binary equivalent of, well, you'll have to figure it out.
I think you just told a robot to go fuck itself. Which is not cool. I think you missed a 1 there. I think you meant 8, and I think you said go fuck yourself, Johnny 5, and that's not cool, dude.
Johnny 5. I'm alive.
Yeah, I tune out at 0.
Johnny 5 is alive. Fucking Johnny 5.
Jesus, I don't even know.
Look at me, I'm Pepper too. Are we gonna do Johnny 5 quotes? Is that something that's gonna happen now? Fucking short circuit.
Oh God, here we go.
We just changed the podcast.
This is the point when it officially went from like a decent podcast to just.
I don't know, dude. Short Circuit was a classic, dude.
Oh my God!
Love me some Short Circuit.
This is actually an anniversary of Short Circuit, I believe.
Oh, maybe that'll be maybe that'll be YouTube Red's next series.
Oh my God!
There you go.
Johnny 11.
Right. All right. So let's get into episode number 8, titled Molding. There was a ton of stuff in this episode, so I'm gonna fly through my little recap bit, and then we can just grab stuff after and talk about those pivotal moments, what you liked, what you didn't like. Let's see. Johnny, we see him at the graveyard of cars, junkyard. He's got his Cobra Kai there where he's training them, preparing them, I guess, for the All Valley tournament, and he brings in the dogs. I thought that was pretty funny. We see Daniel's mom in this episode. Hello. Who actually doesn't get along with the wife at one point, primarily because Louis causes a lot of drama.
Stupid Louis.
For real.
He's an asshole. If Robbie wasn't on the show, Louis would be the worst person on the show.
Yes.
I agree.
Correct.
He's a dick.
He totally is. We see a touching moment where, a very emotional moment, I felt some tears coming, where Johnny is telling Miguel all about Ali from back in the day. That was pretty sad.
Wait. He's telling a version of his time with Ali. He's
The best version.
He's telling a very sanitized version of his time.
The best version.
Or that's the true version. You were just biased by what you saw in a film 30 years ago.
Could be. I was very impressed.
That was based on a true story, which we just learned about. Okay, Team Johnny.
Maybe.
I thought it was cute that Johnny's dinner plans included a couple of Hot Pockets, but Miguel's mom invites him over for dinner instead. Uh-oh. I also like how he's told.
Unnecessary, Pete. Unnecessary.
You brought up in a previous podcast. We discussed it.
Oh my God!
Come
I
on.
know, it's the visual though. Oh,
I couldn't talk. Jay was talking.
oh my God!
This is why I need to take you guys off video or something that way.
I didn't do anything.
Let's see. You can't let the mistakes of your past determine your future. That gets to Johnny. He actually goes back in and cleans up his apartment. Look at him, Mr. Responsibility. We see Daniel take Robbie out to the woods to teach more of the Miyagi way. It's all about that balance. Oh, we also see more Iron Eagle in this episode. We see
Chubby!
yeah, can't believe it's not butter. We see the evil stepdad again, this time in current time, where Johnny shows up, pays him all his money back, and he's still a dickhead. Still a dickhead.
He's a dickhead to his nurse aide too.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted the butter. He wanted the thing
you don't pay me
toasted.
to cook. I don't know what I pay you for. Fuck you,
Oh,
dude.
God, you for real.
Pays you not to smother you with a pillow at night. That's what she pays you for.
Mom and Grandma are back in business, all thanks to Sam. And Robbie happens to be there too. And who shows up while he's there? But Miguel. That's not so good. We flash back to Johnny, who's writing a letter to Robbie because it looks like he's trying to make amends for the various things in his life that he needs to make amends for. But in the middle of it, our dear friend Louie is outside taking apart, destroying Johnny's car.
Firebird.
And we end this episode with Johnny not so happy, demanding to know where Daniel lives.
Where does Daniel LaRusso live? Where does he live?
Anybody remember the address or the block?
Oh, it's Encino and
Encino Hills or something?
Encino Hills.
Escaro Road or something.
Yes, it's close.
something like
Encino
that.
Hills, I remember. I was like, oh, he lives in Encino.
Something like that. So yeah,
Man. Oh, God.
that guy.
That guy can suck a nut. He's the worst. Jesus Christ.
He is the worst. I can't. I just want to punch him in the face. All right. Pete, you're first. Tell me about some pivotal moments from this episode that you liked.
Right.
You want to talk about?
I just want to say this was my favorite episode of the whole series. Every episode out of all 10, this was my favorite one. I really enjoyed it, and there's multiple reasons why. The first part is the Cobra Kai Field Day. When they went out there and he was training them for whatever he was training them for, and they're in the junkyard, and his unorthodox methods are just insane. And I'm sitting there like, yo, this is what kids do. You know, this is what we used to do for recreation when we were bored. Maybe not with the dogs, but, you know, you go into a junkyard, you break some stuff, you know, you have a good time. But while you're doing that, you're also building, your stamina, your cardio, your strength. You're just not thinking about it. You know, it's not just doing push-ups all day long and doing training. I felt like Johnny's side of the story was classic. It was a refreshing relief to see the real side of the story and what really happened, because I was never sold in this Karate Kid movie anyway to begin with. So I'm glad somebody came and said, this is what really happened.
So funny.
I thought Johnny admitting defeat for the first time in the episode was a big moving point, because, you know, even when he spoke to LaRusso, he said we never heard him say that he lost like that. and he told Miguel he lost. So you would think that as a sensei, you don't want to admit that, but he told the true story. And I think the most important part of the whole episode, the most pivotal moment, had to be the first time that Johnny, when he's cleaning up and going through his cleanse, his re-cleanse, he goes in the fridge and he has beer left and he has all of the drinks, but he takes out, I believe it's orange juice, which means he's even changing up his ways, where his preference of drink after a long day at the dojo is an orange juice, refreshing fruit instead of, the alcohol he's been drinking the whole time. I felt like that was a cleansing moment, and it showed us that he's ready to take another turn towards really being the right guy and a good guy and doing everything else. The side note I have about the episode is how is Johnny so down on his luck? Should he be able to get a job with a private security firm somewhere? Because, he's pretty good at kicking people's asses. So why wouldn't he be able to get a job as private security anywhere or a bodyguard anywhere? He can take on anybody, from what I see. He should have easily had a good job making good money and been doing karate on the side this whole time. Just my point.
I don't know. Karate dojos do make some money, dude. That's
I'm just saying,
cheap.
but he wasn't in karate. Even if he was down and out, he could have got a private bodyguard job somewhere, protecting somebody, making a lot of money and a good life, not eating old meat.
But when you're down and out like that, even if you were to land your dream job, if you're still down and out, it's probably temporary.
So you think he wasn't there mentally to do any type of
I think before this show begins, karate is the last thing he wants to do. All it represents is failure in his eyes before this show begins.
Good point.
I think it's as far away when he's in that parking lot and he whoops up on Kyler and his friends. That's the first time he's thrown a kick, maybe since the All Valley tournament when he was 18, 17 years old. That does not that for him. So I think he's probably run away from that his whole life, his whole adult life anyway.
Good point.
Now, to kind of go along with that, there's only one thing that I wanted to talk about as far as pivotal moment for me, and it kind of goes along with what you're talking about, Pete. I think the moment in this episode is when he goes to the stepdad and he pays him the money, and the stepdad tries to be a jackass and says, well, you want me to just leave it right here because you're going to be back here for it next week? And he said, I don't need your money, whatever. I never needed your money. This was, I think, that closure that Johnny needed. I think that moment when he was able to do that and be confident with it and finally rid himself from this guy, this was it. Yep. There was no more monkey on the back. There's nothing holding him back. I think this is where that whole down and out, it's gone. It's all moving forward from here. It's all better from here.
Yep.
And so
this is little Johnny with the headset finally taking off his headset and being like, you know what, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
I did this. I mastered this. And, I don't need you anymore. This is not just ripping up the payoff check from the first episode.
Right.
This is the next step. This is, you know what? Take all your money back. I don't even need your shit. I'm making it work on my own. I think that's definitely his pivotal arc for the series. Yeah. Because I think it is that final, there's no more relapse for Johnny after this.
Right.
He
that's
has
his
a couple moments where he
forward. Yeah.
Yeah. He cleans his shit up and then he starts drinking again. He watches Iron Eagle, Johnny, and then he falls back a little bit again. I think from here on out, it's full steam ahead for him. I don't think it was the pivotal episode. It wasn't a pivotal part of the episode overall for me. I think Miguel's storyline actually was the pivotal episode, part of the episode. He's got all this tension building up. He's feeling the cold shoulder. He's putting two and two together. He's a smart kid. He gets Sam. He doesn't know necessarily why, but he's got a good feeling that it has something to do with Johnny, especially after hearing the story. He gets the Johnny version of the life story. Johnny and LaRusso hate each other. My Samantha is a LaRusso. I'm a Lawrence. And, that shit's not going to work. So he's already feeling uneasy. He goes over there. He sees her being all happy with Robbie, which is a nice mirror to Robbie seeing Miguel with his dad, It's this show. When you look at this show to itself and back to the '84 movie, has a lot of mirror imaging, which I really like. I think it's great. I think this was that version. This is the mirror of Robbie going to LaRusso because he sees Miguel with Johnny. This is his version of that, and I think it puts Miguel on a path that's going to play out over the next 3 episodes, and really sets up the end tension. I think Pete, it was this episode or the last one. Pete mentioned, I don't know what the end conflict is. I think we get a good sense of, maybe more than anything else, what the end conflict's going to be in this episode because of that event. He's got Hawk throwing shit and telling him to be the alpha when they're at the movies. So he goes over there, he takes his advice, he goes over there, he's going to be, I'm Miguel, I like your daughter, you got to deal with my shit. Yeah, I go to Cobra Kai, but I'm not Cobra Kai, whatever you think Cobra Kai is.
Right.
I'm the nerd who's learned how to defend himself. And that goes out the window instantly when he spies them being all happy together.
Yeah.
For me, that's the pivotal moment.
Okay, that's fair. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Some fun moments, though. I agree with Pete. I think the junkyard is a really fun moment. His reaction to him getting bit by the dog, I think, is really funny. But I want to talk about season 2. How long? Because I think they both bought their tickets today. They went down to the bus station. They bought their tickets. You know where Miguel's mom and Johnny are going, Jay? You know where they bought their tickets to?
No, where are they going?
To the Boneyard, sir. They bought their tickets to the Boneyard. The question is, how far into season 2 they arrive? Because, my God.
They are maybe we'll get the wedding in season 2.
Maybe. Because that's when Elizabeth Shue comes back at the wedding.
Right. Thank you. Right? She comes back at the wedding, and then all of a sudden now we have a romantic drama.
Maybe Elizabeth Shue and Miguel's mom are the ones that fight each other, not iCarly and Sam. Maybe I was wrong on the wrong girl-on-girl action.
You guys are way off. What you're gonna get is you're gonna get the Robbie Johnny father-son story when Johnny goes over to Miyagi Dojo to work with LaRusso and his son. That's the season 2 story, and you guys might not like it. Sorry.
Anthony LaRusso, the butter kid.
No, Daniel LaRusso as Mr. Miyagi.
Other than get insulin for his diabetes, he's not doing shit.
No, because Robbie's still in Miyagi, so he's got to find a way to get Johnny over there, and then Miguel could stay with Cobra Kai and be the attacker because he taught the guy, and now he has to train Robbie to beat him, and that's his father-son bonding moment. That's what they're gonna put.
I have strong feelings about what they're doing with the show. I disagree with the show. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. The show is moving from this episode forward, is moving you to feel one way, and I patently disagree. It's actually my biggest beef with the show and what it's trying to do emotionally to you, and I have a real issue with it. And I out and out reject it, and I just don't.
We'll get there. We'll get
there. Yeah, we're getting there. But that goes kind of what the Pete was just talking about, and So but I think that Miguel spying that, I think that was the pivotal moment of the episode.
Okay, fair enough. How are we rating this one, 1 to 10? Pete, you're first, man. You're first.
All right, I'm gonna make it clear, cut, and simple. You probably never get this rating out of a lot of shows from me, and maybe never again. 9.7.
Ooh!
Wow.
I told you it's my favorite episode of the whole series because it had everything I wanted. And now we finally, like Mike said, it looks like, we're going to get the Robbie, versus Miguel because now it's kind of personal too. And, me being Team Miguel coming into this, this cast, I am just happy to see him kick Robbie's ass. And that if that's our feud, and I believe that is our feud, 9.7 because I got the feud that I wanted. So there you go. Boom.
That's big for you, dude. That's big.
Huge.
You never go that high. Never. Wow. I'm going to go. This is a hard one for me. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give it. You gave it a 9.7. I'm going to give it a 9.411111. Not quite a 9.5, but not far away from it either.
No remainders for you.
Yeah, I don't have time for remainders. It's kind of like pie. It just goes forever.
I love pie. I wish pie went forever.
Eat some pie.
Right.
Apple pie, as you take a bite, she just fills back up again. Oh my god!
No, it's all
I
about
need
the
to go.
banana
We need
cream.
to end this now. I need to go find some pie.
Yeah.
I want pie. Who wants pie?
I'm coming in at a 9. I like this episode. I liked all the episodes. This was not my favorite episode. I told you the 5, 6, 7 arc, other than the finale, 5, 6, 7. Those were my peak episodes. So I think we're treading water a little bit in 8 and 9.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I'm okay with that. I'm going to attempt to make this work. I've not tried this before in one of these vidcasts, but I'm going to try to share my screen and hope that it loads up on the video, because if you decided to spend this 40 minutes with us and actually listen to the nonsense that comes out of our mouth, you should know about this website, CobraKai.com. And you should definitely call the number on your screen there, 1385 Cobra 84. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's not something that we made up. I promise you, this is a Cobra Kai thing. It is definitely super cool, and you should definitely give that number a call.
They actually called me while we've been recording this. They did not leave a voicemail, or else I would be playing the voicemail right now.
Did they really?
They called me back.
They called me too.
They called me right after we started recording. I actually turned my phone off onto mute, but they didn't leave a voicemail because I was going to be like, "We got to play a voicemail." But
well, I probably won't focus on it. Look,
They didn't call me.
look.
yeah, I got the same number.
Look. No, Johnny, I gotta call Johnny back. I'm gonna call Johnny back while we're on the phone.
All right, I
Call
love
him
it.
back right now.
Yeah,
This is good radio.
There you go.
We're live.
Put it on speaker.
Unscripted.
Badass, then maybe you're Cobra Kai material. Leave a message with your number, and I'll call you back if I feel like it.
It's
Sensei, I missed your call, brother. I'm really, really, really sorry. I was actually in the middle of doing a vidcast talking all about your episode 7 and 8. I need you to call me back, dude. 410. Oh, shoot. How do I mute myself?
Doesn't matter. Wah, wah. That's what we say when we say unscripted.
I will call you back with the number.
And please, Johnny, you got to call me, brother. We're like G-Money's here, okay? We're going to take over the world. Cobra Kai for life. No mercy.
Cobra Kai, do or die.
Oh, dude, how did we miss the phone calls, dude? That's what I get.
No, I saw the phone call come in, but we were recording.
Because we're recording.
I thought they were going to leave a voicemail.
Wait a second. Wait. Let me put my headphones back on, because I feel like you said you saw the call came in.
I did, cause I saw it in.
You ignored Sensei Johnny Lawrence.
I didn't ignore it. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, but so it went right to voicemail, but I saw the number come up.
Oh, my God. Johnny, call me back. I can't believe they actually called back, dude.
Yeah, pretty funny. Johnny's bored, man. Fucking Iron Eagle's done. Iron Eagle 2 will load up until midnight. He's got shit to do. You know, Jappy!
Oh, my God. So, yeah, everybody, listen, you got to call 1385 Cobra 84. And then don't podcast or vidcast after it, because he calls you back, apparently, and we missed it. So,
but don't be a dick, though, either. Like you want to take lessons with him. You want to learn the Cobra Kai way.
Right. Be like, Team Johnny.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
And speaking of that, we did not mention our teams now after being through 8 episodes. Where do you guys stand? Who are you? Hashtag team what?
I feel like maybe Pete's changed. Have you changed, Pete?
Of course I've changed. Listen, this was such a big moment for me in this whole show. I wasn't really a big fan of them bringing Miguel over to see Samantha with Robbie, and, you know, the moment. I'm a Miguel guy. I don't need to see that for anybody that I'm rooting for, because that's a bullshit moment. No matter, I don't care how it plays out, and he doesn't know the way it looks. He should have. I'm just saying, some people would have just ran in there and been like, "Yo, we made a big ass scene." That's all I'm saying. All right, not everybody has control at that age, you know. Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
You're still Team Miguel then?
No, I am not. Oh, wait, time out.
Johnny! It's Johnny!
I'm so excited.
It's really Mike.
That'd be awesome.
What's Johnny saying?
Why don't you have that on?
This is like video silence. Let's just do karate moves until he gets back.
Everybody was Kung Fu Friday.
I'm not going to give it away. Just
Is
call
that
the
good?
number and wait till Johnny calls you back, because that
Hold
was
on a second.
Johnny. That was Johnny.
He's called Mike.
Because I'm going to put it then on speaker.
Gotta fight like a badass? Kai material. Leave a message with your number, and I'll call you back if I feel like it.
Sensei, call me back. I am so sorry I missed your call. Please call me back. I want to learn the way of the fist. Do it. 917-331-6091.
Did you just give out your phone number?
I don't give a shit. I'm watching with my TV at night. Don't worry. I can have my phone number out there. It's good.
Mike's got to change his number now because he can call anybody who sees this. His number is now put on mailing.
I have my shit on mute anyway. It's all good.
I heard you.
Oh my God! All right.
He's the only person I wouldn't want to call me.
I'm calling tonight. I'm calling there like, this is Sensei. Quiet.
Oh, dude, man, I don't have the ability to edit out one of these kind of meetings, dude.
No, dude, I knew what I was doing. Do it. I'm just waiting for him to call back.
Oh my God!
Is it something that is appropriate to put on speaker?
Yeah. Totally appropriate to put on speaker.
I feel like.
Can I finish my team?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So I got excited. Johnny was calling me back.
I know your face. I'll call you back if I feel like it.
You were trying to say that you were changed, but you're not changed. You're still Team Miguel.
No, I'm not Team Miguel. All right. I said I was very upset with they tried to do Miguel in this episode, but the evolution is now coming also for my man Hawk. Because in the beginning, like I said, we didn't know if he was coordinated. We knew he didn't say a word in the first couple episodes. He was so quiet, kind of on the geeky side. And now he's throwing popcorn at girls in the movie theaters because it's badass. So I feel like Hawk, Eli, this was a big moment to show other people that, not just Miguel, because Miguel was really still unestablished. Eli was established as the kid with the lip problem. But Hawk is the man. Hawk is he's throwing popcorn at girls to get their attention. He's telling Miguel, man up. This isn't the Eli we knew because it's not Eli.
But he's not all the way there, though, right?
No,
but he's not all the way there because he's throwing candy at girls with the popcorn, which I totally appreciate. I may not have done that, but that dude stands up. Oh, hold on.
Johnny.
Hey, what's up? This is your lucky day because I'm calling you back. Yeah, it's still a recording, but so what? I'm busy training the next generation of Cobras. If you want to have me, Johnny Lawrence, as your personal secretary, check out the kick-ass videos on my new website.
Dude, that's not what he said to me.
Really?
I swear to God, that's not the same message that I
Maybe
got.
it's really Johnny Lawrence. Picking
That's
up his
crazy.
quote individually.
What did you say?
I gotta call again.
This is going to be the longest vidcast of actually no real content ever.
I know, right?
Can I say what team I am?
I can't even remember. Oh, something about like if you don't want to be a loser, you want to be a badass, and something else, and then you know how yours he was like, check out my website to see the videos. On mine he was like how he was on episode 4 or 5 when Miguel was showing him the website because he was like, you got to go to www. Cobra Kai .com, and that's like, so yeah, mine was not the same. Mine was not the same.
Interesting. While you're doing whatever you're gonna do with your phone number, I want to go back to Pete because he's all baller and stuff. He's talking about being the alpha dog, and then that motherfucker stands up though, and he's like a little bitch. He's like, I don't want to fight the big tall guy. Like, when does your mohawk get you there? You gotta be hard all the time, 24/7 hard.
Some people saw that as, Hawk's still a little bitch. I saw that as Hawk's learned how to survive in this world because he knew exactly who to throw the popcorn at, and he knew when to shut up and stop throwing popcorn. My whole thing about Hawk is that he was able to really turn it around. And, I mean, if anybody's watching this show and you feel like you have a problem in school, just watch Hawk and do what Hawk does because Cobra Kai is the way to go. That's my point. Hawk is totally changed. I'm liking Hawk. And you know what? He's just going to get better. He's tough. Well, what was it? He got bit by the dog, and then Miguel's on the phone, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'll tell Hawk. Oh, actually, Hawk, I can't tell him because he's in the hospital getting rabies shots. Like, that's pretty cool. Like,
no, I don't disagree with you. Hawk's got a good arc.
Team Hawk.
I did think it was funny that when a guy stands up, he's kind of like, wasn't me.
Charles Darwin, baby.
Right.
Charles Darwin. Survival of the fittest.
I hear you.
Still Team Johnny all the way. All the way.
Team Johnny for me.
Team Johnny.
I dipped into Team Hawk only because I thought he was influential in episode 6. But I'm Team Johnny. Team Johnny. Hashtag shit. Let's do it. Season 2. Do you think Hawk's going to be back for season 2?
Yes. Yes.
Getting teardrop tats. No.
Maybe. It's a possibility. All right. Well, we're out of here then because I need to call Johnny back again. That's my dog.
You need to record that shit. That's so funny that they have unique messages. I love that about them.
Yeah. See, YouTube Red, you did this right. Cobra Kai.
I like that though. It's like, so what? It's a recording. So what?
I have a feeling that after this vidcast goes out there, Mike's going to be getting a lot of unique messages himself, and not from Johnny Lawrence.
You know what? I welcome it. I love fans. I love talking to people. Do it.
I was not paying attention. I could have muted him, and I just was not paying any attention.
I have a very boring job. Please call me.
Looking for a friend.
My voicemail. It's cheaper than Tinder. My voicemail is actually.
It's cheaper than Tinder. You don't need to swipe. You don't get that finger.
All right. Hey, we're done. We are done. Hey, SoManyShows.com. Good Lord. We will never do another vidcast again.
Why not?
Episode 9 and 10 of Cobra Kai. We'll get on podcast soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And, when you call Mike, tell him I said hi. All right.
Listen, if you guys want another vidcast, you ask for another vidcast and we'll deliver.
Maybe.
This time Mike won't give out his number to the world, all right?
Oh, God. All right. We're out of here. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
No mercy.
Later.